I maintain that the defense deserves the biggest slice of blame pie because they didn't stop Houston until the fourth quarter, and they couldn't get any pressure on him when everybody's gotten pressure on him. A lot of people in the chat yesterday were blaming the offense first.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll blame the offense too, dude.
You blame the offense first?
I will 100% blame the offense. I think Kyle Shanahan nailed it. Like, they were bad in all phases. Like, if there was ever a team loss, this is a team loss. Like, they got their butts. You're right. Special teams was okay, but I would say special teams was low-key a net positive. Like, this was a good special teams game for the 49ers, so I'll give them that. But they were pretty bad. One point on the pick, he threw the ball a little bit inside on that pick, but he was just trying to give him a chance on a go ball.
Yeah.
Kamari Lassiter ate up Juwan Jennings. Like, to me, this is why Juwan Jennings, you're not a $15 million receiver. It's the number 2 corner on the Houston Texans, and he's not scared that you're going to run by him once in that game. He was not scared of you. And, like, if you're paying a $15 million receiver, guess what? Every corner in the NFL needs to be scared of. He's going to run by me. He's going to run by me on some play. And so that's one thing. I don't want to be the piling on Juwan Jennings. He's had a very good career as a 49er. I think it's a tough circumstance. Like, I empathize with this circumstance, but we're also talking about, players like commodities at times because of the salary cap. And there is a level to how much you're worth based on how much you pay someone relative to the cap. And that's where I stand with Juwan Jennings. Now, the other point I wanted to touch on, Rob, and I blinked out. So what were you talking about right before I went to the pick? The offense versus the defense. Excuse me. Yes. Yeah, why I think the offense deserves most blame, Rob, is the first 3 and outs in the first half. Like, the 16-play drive, to me, was bad, right? Like, Houston's offense did nothing. But I also felt like there were a lot of places where the Niners defense was overmatched, right? They don't have George Kittle. They don't have Christian McCaffrey. They don't have Trent Williams. They're starting rookies everywhere, galore. They're trying to reinsert Malik Mustafa while reinserting Jair Brown, while having to play up and stout, and he's having to learn his position. They're inexperienced. They're losing defensive linemen left, right, center. They're getting lined up by Tatum Bethune, who's not Fred Warner. He can't communicate the same way Fred Warner does in terms of Robert Saleh's message. And so I have a little more leniency to the defense giving up a couple of 16-play drives, if that makes sense. What I hate is the offense following that up by going 3 and out in 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and giving the defense the opportunity to have to go back on the field. And then, okay, they go down 10 plays. Like, yeah, that sucks. Like, this is a team loss, as we said. Again, 3 plays. Like, I think the offense never broke the momentum. And I don't even think it was a case of Houston's pass rushers dominated the game, because it wasn't like the 49ers ran enough plays for us to even find out how this matchup looked. And when they did run enough plays on drives, I didn't feel like every play was Will Anderson in the backfield hitting Mac Jones, if that made sense. Like, when Mac Jones stood in there and was backing himself to let that ball go, Niners offense had some success. And they ran it too, not bad.
When he actually got protected, I thought Mac did some good things. But you could say all that about the defense, Vish. Same thing applied last week, and they held Atlanta to 10 points. Like, it was, you couldn't make a stop until the fourth quarter.
But the offense was holding the ball last week, right? Like, that's a big difference.
Care. You don't get,
it's complimentary football.
You couldn't get a pressure on CJ Stroud, a pressure. Nobody. They couldn't block anybody all year long, and you couldn't get one.
This defense doesn't have a lot of talent right now.
Neither do the Texans. That's the point. And the Texans were missing.
But the offense has all-pro Christian McCaffrey, right? We were talking about him as an MVP. People were talking about him nationally as a dark horse MVP candidate. I mean, Trent Williams is going to the Hall of Fame after this year. See what I did there?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, you have Juwan Jennings, who's playing for a contract. Like, I don't want to compare this on both sides.
Man, he sucks.
I don't want to compare this on both sides, but there's a lot more veteran good players on this offense in terms of players you can play with and succeed with versus the defense, which on every level is missing every key player besides the Amador Lenore.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count, Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today, get up to $100 credit using code GSPE. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Again, I'm not saying the offense was good by any stretch. It wasn't. It was terrible. They were both terrible.
Agreed.
The defense did not do their job in any way, shape, form, or fashion. In any way, shape, form, or fashion. The offense.
But I think after the first drive, the offense played into what the defense can do. Like, you're on the field for 10 minutes and then your offense is on the field for a minute and then you got to go back on. Like, that's not going to make you get off the field any faster.
Yeah, but it's also not like, oh, well, the offense went 3 and out. Oh, okay, we're off the hook. Our defense doesn't have to do anything because the offense.
I don't think anybody's saying they're off the hook. We both have already agreed that both were terrible. But in comparing the two, I do feel like the offense's transgressions in this game were worse than the defense's.
How could they be worse than the defense's when the defense did not make a stop? Did not sack C.J. Stroud.
The offense ran less plays in the first half than the Houston Texans did in their first drive. That was your stat. There you go.
Because the defense couldn't get Houston off the field.
It's not make it take it, Rob.
What are you talking about? The offense, the
ball gets kicked off. They couldn't get off the field. They kicked it off. And then what did the Niners do? 3 plays.
Yeah. And what did the Niners defense do? Nothing.
Yeah, agreed.
You're saying the offense can't, they can't ever go 3 and out.
I'm saying the offense can't go 3 and out 3 times in a row, especially when the defense holds them to 2 field goals in that non-stops. When you're down 13-0, when you run, what do they run? 9 plays in 3 drives?
10 plays.
10 plays in 3 drives. How many yards did they gain? Did they gain 20 yards?
They gained 15 yards.
Okay, 10 plays. You're down 13-0 when your offense is run 10 plays for 15 yards in 27 minutes, Rob. Your offense is the issue. Your offense is the issue.
I'm not saying the offense was good. I'm saying when you can't get Christian McCaffrey a touch in the first quarter because Houston has the ball for 12 plus of the 15 minutes, when Houston's offense, number 1, is not good, and number 2, you sit here and talk about the stars the Niners defense was missing. Houston was missing guys on offense too. Nico Collins didn't play in this game. Their other wide receiver didn't play in this game. They're out there with Braxton freaking Berrios, and he's cooking the Niners defense.
Yeah, Niners defense sucks, dude. Straight up sucks. Anyway. I won't disagree. I don't think if you wanted me to tell you the truth, I think the Niners don't have a good safety. At the moment, I don't think they have a good safety. I think they have one linebacker who flies around and another linebacker who's still learning the position. And even the flies around guy, I think he got a little overrated the first 6 games of the season. But he runs around. Okay. I think they have one talented defensive lineman, another talented defensive lineman versus the run. And then you, Sacred Intuition, and Tony Nagatani from the Tat. Those are just the first 2 names I could hear that close out the defensive line. You, Charlene Crossley, and Sacred Intuition as the corners after Diamond. Like, I'm kind of joking because, like, you expect more from Renardo Green, who was really hyped up this year and all of these sorts of things. But this defense is really like it's like the COVID game for the 49ers offense, right? Like, there's nothing for this defense to go off of.